Jadi emang di sebelah sana ayam.
You must leave. That's twice we've been told to leave.
Why must we leave? The last time I was in another part of this place, and it says it's the forest of the witches. I don't know what that's about.
A YouTuber, Manunggaling Jagad, shared this hiking encounter on YouTube. The channel is well known for uncovering eerie and unexplainable events that lurk in the shadows of nature. He hiked deep into the forest, the kind of place where the night feels heavier, where every sound makes your skin crawl. But what he stumbled upon left him frozen in shock. Right there in the tall, damp grass was a green snake, blending perfectly into the grass. Think about it. What would have happened if he hadn't noticed it in time? What if his hand had brushed against it? Or worse, he had stepped on it. Out there, in the middle of nowhere, one wrong move could mean life or death. Kalong Camp Official, a YouTube creator, shared this terrifying adventure. His channel is known for exploring haunted cemeteries and abandoned places where spirits are said to linger. This time around, they went to a cemetery to spend the night there. As they settled in their campsite in the graveyard, locals had told him about a ghost often seen nearby. Suddenly, things started getting strange. The bamboo nearby cracked and fell violently on the place they were staying, although there was no wind.
Ini saya lihat ya. Di sana Mas. Itu di pohon itu ya temennya. Itu warga tuh sering ditampakkan sosok pocong ya. Itu berdiri tepat di depan pohon itu. Masa mirogol dewi Mas? Jadi emang di sebelah sana ayam. Tuh, kursi. Apa ya? Apa ini Mas ya? Astagfirullahaladzim. Ya Allah. Punten, Mbah.
Are they being chased away by an unknown spirit that doesn't want them there? Imagine being alone there. Would you stay, or would you run? Nobody knows what might happen next. If your skin wasn't crawling already, it definitely will after this. Before we go any further, I'd like to ask you for a quick favour. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We're getting closer to 20,000 subscribers, and once we hit that milestone, a few lucky subscribers will receive a special surprise. Now let's go back to the video. This story was shared by YouTuber Zero on YouTube, whose channel is known for exploring some of the most haunted and cursed places, capturing raw and terrifying encounters with spirits. They went camping in the forest, and before they could even settle down well, they started perceiving some weird and unsettling scent, like camphor mixed with perfume, though there were no flowers anywhere. Why would such a smell linger in a forest like this? Will you dare stay after getting that smell earlier on? As if that wasn't enough, just after getting that smell, they began to hear some footsteps and sounds from the trees without even seeing anybody passing.
Ya, malam ini teman-teman, karena bener-bener mati aktivitas di desa, itu apa ya, sepi banget teman-teman. Orang mana datang? Oi. Orang apa? Suara orang, Pan.
Will you dare stay there overnight? Imagine hearing people talking inside the forest, and you can't see who is talking. From eerie to bone-chilling, this next clip drags us even deeper into fear. We got this story from Haunted Finders on YouTube, a channel known for diving deep into the UK's most terrifying paranormal hotspots. Tonight, they went back to the infamous Cannock Chase, a place where people claim to have seen everything. Black-eyed children, pigmen, werewolves, even UFOs. Imagine walking through those woods knowing all that. Will you even dare enter a forest like that? Before they even started the investigation, they heard a strange noise, too loud to be a dog barking. Imagine how scary that place would be.
There's been everything sighted in this forest, from the infamous black-eyed children, pigman, werewolves, UFOs, you name it, it's been sighted in this forest. Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know we've been to Cannock Chase a few times, extremely haunted, and that some really strange things happen here. Now, before we even started, we thought we heard this noise that we originally thought it was a dog, wasn't it?
It was too loud.
But it didn't really sound like a dog to me, and it was like a weird noise.
After hearing a strange sound before you even start doing whatever you went to do, will you continue? Then came the chilling voice through the spirit box. You must leave. Not once, but twice.
Is somebody there? What the shit was that?
Yeah.
You must leave.
You must leave. That's twice we've been told to leave.
Why must we leave? We've got a right to be here.
Why did the spirits not want them there? What do you think is going on? Would you dare stay in Cannock Chase after that, or run before the pigman found you? From one frightening moment to the next, this story might be the scariest yet. A YouTuber named Franco TV, whose channel is known for exploring haunted places, forests and cursed locations around the world. He went to Chile, so he visited the infamous pet cemetery, which is said to be the most active and terrifying spot ever. Almost instantly, he began hearing movement in the forest. Have you ever visited a place that terrified you before?
We just got in this place, and I'm hearing movement coming from the forest. This is by far the creepiest location that I know. Just trying to see if I can see something moving back here.
He went inside the cemetery, and what he found will blow your mind. Strange tarot cards and writings calling it the Forest of Witches. Why would someone leave those cards there? And why is the place called the Forest of Witches?
So I found tarot cards out here. Just kind of like all through the floor. There's like these little writings that the last time I was in another part of this place, and it says this is the Forest of the Witches. I don't know what that's about, but that's actually on, you've probably already seen it because this is the second video. I want to see if I can look with my third night vision here to see if I could see anything moving.
Then he said he heard chilling sounds, like a baby, followed by eerie laughter drifting through the trees.
Still have my stuff here mounted on the tree. See? Oh, what the was that? I don't know if you guys just heard that. Oh, I heard something back there. Oh, that was creepy. It sounded like a baby. I'm gonna get my stuff. So what I just heard now, I don't know if you heard that, it sounded like a laughing. It's not what I heard. I heard people laughing, legit people. But it came from way further down there. Just looking around here. You hear that? Sounds like whistling. I'm gonna lower my IR.
Alone in that creepy forest, will you continue exploring, or will you leave immediately before it gets worse? But things don't calm down for long. The next story proves that. Kuba Mysteri shared this terrifying encounter while camping on YouTube. His channel is known for camping in some of the most haunted and cursed places across Indonesia. He set up camp on a lonely beach, a place where just weeks earlier 2 teenagers drowned and their bodies were laid on the very sand where he pitched his tent. Locals whispered that their restless spirits still wander. Will you ever go camping at night in a place where tragedy happened just a week ago? While still at the camp, a sound echoed from the distance, and he saw a white figure appear near a tree, but when he rushed closer, it vanished into thin air.
Astaghfirullah. Ini apa nih, Cok? La ilaha illallah. Allahu akbar. La haula wala quwata illa billah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah. Wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. La ilaha illallah. Allahu akbar. Wow.
What creepy creature was that? What do you think was after? Will you still stay there after seeing something you've not seen before appearing right before your face? Imagine being there, trapped between the ocean and the spirits of the dead. Would you have lasted the night? From one frightening moment to the next, this story might be the scariest yet. This terrifying camping encounter was shared by Min Story on YouTube. The YouTuber is known for exploring cursed forests, haunted rivers, and places where dark entities still linger. While camping by a dried riverbed, he suddenly heard a strange sound. Then a smell that was unbearable, like something rotten had been dropped over there. He went to check what was making the sound and what was smelling. Then he heard another sound again. What is making those sounds? Or something mysterious is around watching him closely. Then came footsteps in the bushes.
Sini teman-teman. Tadi pun pas saya lagi makan, lagi masak, itu terdengar ada sebuah suara
Could it be a wild animal or the serpent spirit locals say haunts this area? Would you dare camp here knowing spirits with ruined faces are said to roam these grounds? But things don't calm down for long. The next story proves that. Rugged Road Explorers, a YouTube creator who is known for hiking deep into the remote regions of the Rocky Mountains and the vast deserts of the American Southwest, uncovering lost ruins and ancient sites hidden deep in the wilderness. But you know, sometimes the past leaves behind more than broken stones. It leaves behind echoes. He went hiking in the mountains, and what he saw was something unusual. While scanning through the canyon walls, he saw some scattered pottery shards, and strange white handprints appeared above the rocks.
So seeing how this is square here, you see how this is? I would bet that they had a pit house here, temporary one, where it had a wood rock foundation and then wood all the rest of the way up. But check this out. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is too cool. Oh my gosh. Look at all the pottery. Holy smokes. Look at that. That's amazing. That is just too cool.
Whose hands were those, or something still lingering? Intricate designs on broken jugs whispered of rituals and forgotten stories from ancient days.
It's obvious people have been here because they picked up certain pieces and put them up on a rock here, but look at the intricate design of the one in the center there. And then this was part of a jug at one time. You can see this right there. You have different time periods in different areas. Here you have some flint. Looks like a spearhead. Very cool. And again, another kind of design.
Could these markings hold darker meanings? Would you dare step into a ruin where every stone feels alive with secrets? The last clip was chilling, but this next one feels like pure nightmare fuel. A YouTuber, Banjar Balangan, is known for capturing terrifying paranormal encounters while camping on camera. And this one is not for the faint of heart. While camping deep inside the forest, the atmosphere was calm, too calm. He set up his tent unaware that something was already watching. At first, it seemed like a trick of the light, until a pair of glowing white eyes with a shadowy body passed through the darkness. The figure was moving slowly, deliberately, and inhumanely. What kind of creature was that? A ghost? A demon? Or something that should never be named? Imagine being alone in the forest and realizing you're not just being watched, you're being hunted. Would you continue camping, or would you run for your life before something even stranger happened? YouTuber Mystery is a YouTuber who shares his terrifying night camping experience. This time he set up camp in a forest heavy with legends. This was no ordinary spot. Locals say a man was crushed by a falling tree here. Since then, people claim to hear cries and see strange apparitions. As night fell, the atmosphere grew darker. He admitted he felt uneasy, as if something unseen was circling his tent. Would you dare sleep here, knowing a restless spirit lingers? Then came the chilling sound, soft sobbing echoing through the trees. Was it the spirit of the man who died here, or something far older that haunts the land?
Memang Kuba bisa mendengarkannya teman-teman. Di tempat ini ada kejadian, ada korban kita pintu itu. Astagfirullah. Dengar gak kalian?
Suddenly he saw a figure flying in the trees. Could it have been a kuntilanak, the vengeful spirit of folklore?
Ada yang terbang arah sini. Masya Allah. La ilaha illallah, ada yang terbang. Jelas sekali Kuba lihatkan teman-teman. Halo Salina walai badillah salim, kalau berani kau keluar lagi ke sini. Hah? Kalau berani kau keluar. Astagfirullahaladzim. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Dua kali teman-teman. Kuba jelas sekali melihatkannya. Ya, yang sekali di situ, yang sekali di sini. Tapi di sini yang Kuba jelaskan, yang Kuba lihatkan. Masya Allah, ini luar biasa juga sih teman-teman. Kuba benar-benar kapok juga sih waktu mendengarkan, waktu melihatkan tadi jelas sekali di depan mata Kuba. Sampai Kuba meri.
This night proved the forest was anything but empty, because the dead still walk here. The deeper you go, the darker it gets, and trust me, you won't be ready for what's next. We came across a chilling video from Near Shadows, a YouTube page known for its eerie, terrifying and scary videos. As they were hiking at night through the forest, strange voices echoed through the forest. Something far worse appeared, a black bag dangling from the trees. Inside, not toys, but what looked like a head of hair. Would you dare step closer? The horror became undeniable, a face, pale and lifeless, with an eyeball staring back. Can you imagine stumbling across that in the dark?
Bag with like a head of hair or something. Oh, what is this? What the fuck? Oh! Ah!
What the fuck?
It's a face, dude.
Oh no!
Look it!
No,
Looks
no,
like a
no,
freaking
no,
head.
No, no.
Oh my god.
I would say we need to call this in.
Oh my god, guys. I don't even know what this is. Is that real? I don't... That can't be real, dude.
I mean,
I don't think it is.
the hair doesn't.
Guys, what is that?
Look right.
They saw some weird documents around the creepy head. It looked like it was kept there purposely. Or does the forest not want people moving around it in the night? The woods felt alive, bending and watching. Finally the truth hit, and duct tape sealed the mouth of what looked like a severed head.
Dude,
Who does this?
are you ready?
Let's do it.
Guys, don't kill me for not wearing any gloves or anything. What? Dude, I think it's real. That can't be real.
Let's do it, dude.
Oh, dude.
Painful.
There's duct tape in the mouth.
What? Oh, no. No, no, no,
There's
no,
duct
no,
tape
no,
in the
no,
mouth.
No, no.
Oh, there's no way.
Just grab. Dude, we got.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh, look at.
Wait.
Oh.
It's a mannequin.
Oh my God. Are you sure?
I don't know, because the beetle just crawled out of its hair, but.
Yeah, that's. Oh my God, look at that.
Real or not, the forest whispered one warning. Leave now or be claimed by the darkness. What happens next is the kind of thing that keeps people awake at night. This video was posted by EL Adventure, a YouTuber known for his terrifying solo camping experiences. He went camping in the forest, completely alone. After settling down for the night, he set one camera inside his tent and another just outside. Hours later, while he slept peacefully, his outside camera captured something unreal, a shadowy figure. It appeared near the tent, hovering, circling, and then, in an instant, it was gone. But moments later, it came back, again and again, as if it was watching him while he slept. What do you think that was? A restless spirit? A creature of the woods? Or something far darker, waiting for the right moment? Imagine being asleep with no idea that something was lurking just outside the thin fabric of your tent. Would you dare check the footage the next morning? Or would you rather never know what stalked you in the night? Sometimes, ignorance isn't bliss, it's survival. What follows isn't just strange, it's something you'll never forget. This video was posted by Haracris Rain on YouTube, a creator well known for his daring camping and hiking, adventures deep inside rain-soaked forests. He set out to camp deep in the forest, but as soon as he arrived, the skies opened, heavy rain pouring down endlessly. Most people would have turned back, right? But not him. Instead, he stood in the storm, struggling as he assembled his tent under the relentless downpour. The rain didn't stop. It thundered on until nightfall, each drop pounding the forest like a warning. With rain still hammering the canvas, he managed to cook a simple meal and lie down to rest. But here's the chilling thought. After such a storm, when silence finally falls, what really lurks out there in the dark forest? If you thought this was unsettling, the next story will make your skin crawl. This video was posted by Action Adventure Clips on YouTube, a channel known for sharing creepy and terrifying cave encounters. While hiking, he stumbled across a hidden cave. With a rope in hand, he lowered himself into the darkness. Water dripped from above, echoing through the stone chamber. But think about it. Would you dare step inside a cave not knowing what waits beyond? The deeper he went, the tighter the walls became, squeezing his body until there was barely space to move. Then came the most terrifying moment. He reached a spot where water filled the passage, and there was no room to lift his head.
We're at this deep pit cave today, and we've been here before, but we couldn't make it very far without a second rope. So we got a second rope today. All right, man, I'm going down. Whew. Water's right here. There's no room for me to move my head. If I try and tilt it up, my mouth goes underwater. So the reason I kept pushing is I thought it was gonna get wider, but as I'm getting closer, I realize it's an illusion.
Alone, surrounded by darkness and the sound of dripping water, fear became his only companion. The nightmare continues, and this time, it feels way too real. This video was posted by Tiago Furacão on YouTube, a creator known for his spine-chilling paranormal investigations. Tiago set out alone to explore the infamous Cannibal's House, a place tied to a gruesome legend of a psychopath who captured victims and ate only their hearts. Locals say not just the cannibal's spirit lingers here, but also those of his victims. As he approached, strange noises echoed from inside. Would you dare step into a house where so many were slaughtered? Inside, Tiago discovered black water tanks, eerie handprints, and unsettling drawings. The deeper he went, the heavier the air felt, as if unseen eyes were watching. Then, it happened. Objects shifted on their own, shadows moved across the rooms, and Tiago froze.
E agora, em que local que eu fico, cara? Está lá a câmera, vai estar lá pela casa, mas aonde eu fico? Cara do céu, senti alguma coisa andando aqui, ó. Canibal? É você, canibal? Oh! Você é louco, cara! Canibal?
Alone, goosebumps covering his body, he faced the terrifying truth. Some houses never let go of their dead. Another clip, another chilling moment that's hard to explain. This video was uploaded by Mass Sam, a creator known for posting chilling horror content. He went camping deep in the forest. After setting up camp, he sat down to eat, unaware of what was lurking behind him. At first, the creature stayed in the shadows, watching. Imagine being alone, and suddenly coming face to face with something not human, not animal, but something in between. What would you do? Run, freeze, or pray? Then, slowly it crept forward and revealed itself. He chose to pray, and just like that, the creature vanished into the darkness.
Astagfirullahaladzim! Ya Allah! Astagfirullahaladzim! Ya Allah! Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul a'udzu birabbil nas, malikin nas,
ilahin nas min syarri waswasil khannas allazi waswisu fi sudurin nas minal jinnati wan nas. Allahu akbar. Allahu akbar. Allahu akbar. Ya Allah. Ya Allah. Astagfirullahaladzim. Subhanallah. Ya Allah.
But did it really leave? Or was it still there, watching him from the trees? Would you dare stay the night after that? Could you close your eyes knowing something unnatural was nearby? And here's the real question. What if it hadn't disappeared when he prayed? Sometimes the forest hides things we were never meant to see. From eerie to downright disturbing, here's what came next. We noticed this video on Dawson Toller's channel, a creator known for diving into the most haunted places and investigating paranormal activities. Out in Elkmont, Tennessee, the ruins feel heavy. Legends of cryptids, ghosts and shadows linger in the Appalachian night. At the grave of Levi Trentham, the prophet of Elkmont, they left offerings, nails meant to honor him, to make him speak. But if he really spoke, would you dare to listen? In Levi's cabin, knocks echoed. Then a man's voice whispered from beneath the floorboards. Was it Levi, or something far darker?
Could you give us a knock or some sort of indication that you're here? What is that?
I hear that too, like a knocking sound.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was very loud. Actually makes me think maybe there's somebody...
Hold on. Guys, we're being quiet right now because we're trying to sniff out if we can see any sort of light. And I don't. But that was really loud.
That was very unsettling.
Hello? Could you do that again, please?
If that is you, please speak to us. Or move one of these doors open. Is that you?
No. I looked everywhere. I didn't see a bat, but that sounded like some sort of...
Oh, it's a mouse up there or something.
Where?
It's a little creature up on top of that wood.
You saw it?
Yeah. It's some sort of creature. I couldn't tell if it was a mouse or not. I just saw the top of something. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's a little mouse that just crawled right up into there.
Okay.
Okay, well that explains that. That doesn't explain that.
Did you hear
Was
a
that?
voice?
Yeah, yes, I heard that sounded like it was right below our feet.
It sounded like a voice, a man's voice.
Okay, I heard it just a loud dun.
Did you hear?
Was that? Yeah, yes, I heard that sounded like it was right below our feet.
Did you hear?
Was that? Yeah, yes, I heard that sounded like it was right below our feet.
Did you hear?
Was that? Yeah, yes, I heard that sounded like it was right below our feet.
Levi?
At the dollhouse, built for a child who never grew old, they had some discussion with the spirit talker, like the girl's spirit still playing inside. This ghost town doesn't sleep. It lingers, waiting. Would you dare step inside after dark? Just when you think it can't get stranger, wait until you see this. This video was uploaded by Cursed Urban, a YouTuber, who is known for hiking and camping in the forest. He went hiking in the forest just to explore the beauty nature of it. Deep in the forest, he spotted something strange, a fallen tree, placed perfectly like the start of a teepee. It didn't fall naturally, it looked arranged. Who or what built it? Suddenly, a blood-chilling scream echoed through the woods, human-like, desperate, almost like someone yelling, "Help!" But no one was there. Would you keep walking deeper or turn back?
And I think, if I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, I think some more trees have fallen in this area. I don't remember this much of a pile of them. Holy sh!
He decided to knock on a tree, testing for a response. And then it came. A heavy knock answered from the distance. Something was out there, listening, maybe even watching. So I ask you, would you dare enter this forest at night? Some paths are better left unexplored. Hangbona TV, a channel known for paranormal activities and exploring some other random stuff. In this video, he explored an abandoned mining village in Japan, a place steeped in tragedy and rumoured to be haunted. He spotted a lone figure standing by a pole, but when he waved, the man bolted unnaturally fast into the woods. Who was he? A villager or something else?
Alright, that was really friggin' weird. So, I was coming around this bend, and there was somebody standing there. I swear, someone's just standing there right at that orange pole thing, and I waved to him, and then for some reason he just took off all the way down there. I have no idea why. Well, that was weird. Hello? I have not been down there yet. It's also kind of strange how there's just this random flat area. Thought I heard something. Kind of nervous about going down there. Like, who the hell did I just see?
Moments later, a voice echoed in the woods. He called out, but no one answered. Would you have stayed or run back to the car? Then, a little rock was hit against his vehicle. No one was around. Was it a warning?
But yeah, there's literally very little tread on the outside. The hell was that? Someone just literally hit the car. It almost sounded like somebody threw a rock at my car. What the f***? Okay, something really weird is going on. Hello? Can you not do that, please?
Finally, his light cut out by itself right after the spirit box whispered locked. Coincidence or proof the dead still walk here?
So that way we can chill here for a little bit. Not too long, but I'm just curious as to who the hell that person was that ran off into the woods. Are they actually living out there? Whoa. The light just went out. Did you do that? The hell?
Some places never let go of their shadows, but things don't calm down for long. The next story proves that shows that. A YouTuber, Moxley's Paranormal World, who is known for his terrifying solo investigation in the dark and the most haunted places imaginable, shared this scary encounter. He ventures deep into a forest whispered to be home to the Dogman, a cryptid said to terrify anyone foolish enough to wander in alone at night. While walking around the forest, branches snap in the distance, voices come through the spirit box, chilling words like optimism and Jordan. Imagine standing there alone when the device suddenly blurts. A girl was killed. In the night, alone by yourself, hearing these strange words, what's your next move?
You show yourself?
A woman here.
Oh, every noise has got me on edge. A woman here? Is she here with me now?
A girl was killed.
A girl was killed. Okay.
Photo.
Photo.
We don't mean harm.
You don't mean harm. There has been a lot of...
I feel lost.
You feel lost? Are people mistaking your presence for somebody who needs some help?
Choose.
Choose. Right, it said church. Look at this, what I've just found.
Watch what I do.
Watch what I do. Are you going to do something for me? Right, I'm literally trying to take a little bit of cover just here at this at these trees, because that wind was absolutely picking up. The trees above me were just going like this.
Many words kept coming out of the spirit talker devices. Would you keep walking or run? Then words like, have been here for a century, I was burned. Does that mean the spirit has been lurking here for centuries? What would you do? Keep pushing forward or escape before it's too late? Things only grow darker from here. Brace yourself for what comes next. We got this story from Midwest Ghost Hunters on YouTube, a channel well known for its terrifying explorations of haunted places where the line between the living and the dead often blurs. His journey begins at the Red Bridge, haunted by the spirit of a woman who drove off and died. Legend says if you stop your car, her ghost appears and you'll never start it again. Some even claim she pushes cars off the bridge, leaving behind her ghostly handprints. Suddenly, branches move on command, not the wind, but as if something unseen is answering. Imagine asking a spirit to show itself, and the trees obey. What are you doing next?
Ma'am, could you show yourself on this bridge? Oh, whoa. What the? Whoa, that bridge just moved. I might be going crazy, but I saw that branch over there start swaying back and forth. I know it's windy, but it isn't that windy. Okay, I gotta check this out. It was this one, right here. Holy crap! Okay.
He then saw a shadow in a mist form. Then a woman's voice echoed beneath the bridge, whispering for help. His entire body tingles as if the air itself is alive. Is it true that ghosts truly haunt people? Would you dare cross that bridge alone?
Whoa. I think I got something in that one. I caught another one. Whoa. There's a freaking mist right over here. And it's gone now. It's completely gone. Whoa. Holy moly. It was just right over here. And now it's completely gone. I got a weird feeling over here. I'm getting like a tingly feeling in my whole body. Whoa! I just heard a woman's voice. I couldn't tell what she said, but it sounded like it came from, like, under the bridge. Hello there. I heard you loud and clear. Are you underneath this bridge?
I'm gonna try to get as far down here as I can.
The last clip was chilling, but this next one feels like pure nightmare fuel. Chussa Chad on YouTube shares this terrifying encounter in the woods. He's known for going to haunted, abandoned, and mysterious places, and trust me, this one will make your skin crawl. He slips into the park after midnight. The gates are locked, the warning signs scattered everywhere, but curiosity pushes him forward. The trail twists, the night air heavy, almost suffocating. Suddenly, movement. A shadow darts across his path. Too quick for a person, too solid for a trick of the light. Was something following him? On the ground, a flashlight still glowing, a number scratched into its side. Who left it there? And why does it feel like a warning?
Yo! Yo, look. Let me turn my light off. Look, there's a flashlight that's on. That's just sitting right here. What the hell? There's just a flashlight sitting here. Okay, what the hell? It has number 7 on it. Or an L? Or a 1? Or something? I don't know. Looks like a 7 to me. Okay, that's really weird. That's weird. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. I don't know what is going on with that. But, okay, look at where I am, dude. I walked kind of far back here.
He sensed there was someone in the woods, but nothing was visible to him. He heard a voice, but when he spoke, nobody has responded. Are they trying to lure him into the forest? If this were you, would you dare take another step deeper? Or would you run before the forest swallows you whole? If your skin wasn't crawling already, it definitely will after this. We got this story from Urban Ghosts on YouTube, a channel known for diving deep into the world's creepiest, most haunted places. This time, the adventure took him into the Clemson Experimental Forest, a place surrounded by unmarked graves and whispers of restless spirits. He hiked deep into the woods, no flashlight, only darkness closing in, not knowing what to expect. Will you dare hike alone at night with no flashlight to see what is going on around you? Suddenly, the Spirit Talker app lit up with a chilling message. Fail. Stay out of the forest.
But it is so cool. Words cannot describe how eerie it is out here. And the feeling. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It said fail and stay out of the forest. Holy crap. Oh, my noise was off. Why don't you want me in the forest? Huh? Other people come out here and have a good time. Why can't I be here? Is it because I'm doing what I'm doing? Well, don't be shy now. Come on. I'll put my tripod down for a second. Because I just got those hits. Let's see if we get anything else right here.
Who was warning him, and why? After being warned to stay out of the forest by a spirit app, will you want to go further? Nobody knows what to expect in the forest after being warned not to go. From eerie to bone-chilling, this next clip drags us even deeper into fear. We got this story from Franco TV on YouTube, a channel known for solo explorations into places where fear feels alive. It's pitch black 11:31 PM, the same time strange things happened here before. He steps into the Skinwalker Ranch. Out of nowhere, 2 glowing lights pierce through the darkness in the distance. They don't move like an animal. They don't shine like anything human, just hovering there, silent, watching.
Right now I have my IR light on. There it is. There it is. I see you. Oh, what the fuck is that? Yo, I thought there was like people in the trees. Look at that. There it is. Oh my god, that thing is tall. I want to see if I could walk inside. I don't even want to walk inside, to be honest. But I'm going to see if I could get a little bit closer to see what the hell those eyes are. Fuck. Did it move? I did hear like a snapping of wood. Hola! Oh shit. Fuck was that? There's definitely somebody in there. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that definitely sounded human.
What do you think that was? Could it be something, or someone placed it there to keep an eye on the forest? Would you keep walking, or turn back before it finds you? But things don't calm down for long. The next story proves that. We got this story from Black Mass Paranormal on YouTube, a channel known for exploring the darkest corners of Appalachia, where legends are said to walk in the night. He was hiking deep in the forest when he froze in his tracks. Standing right in the middle of the trail was what he called a baby squatch, upright, motionless, its dark eyes locked on him. Just imagine. You're alone in the woods, and something like that is watching you.
Base of this trail. And he's just as confused as I am. That is a baby squatch standing in the trail. Look at that. He's like frozen, standing straight up. I'm looking at him and I'm wandering off.
But here's the real question. If the baby is here, could the mother be hiding close by, silently observing? What happens if that baby lets out a cry, and the mother decides to strike? Imagine being in the forest surrounded by animals you don't know, the version of them you're facing. Would you dare keep going, or run before the dogman finds you? From one frightening moment to the next, this story might be the scariest yet. This story comes from a Reddit user who was hiking deep in Algonquin Park when she stumbled upon something truly unsettling. She captioned it, "Creepiest thing I've come across in the Algonquin backcountry."
I'm not going any farther, but...
Hidden beneath the forest floor was what looked like the remains of an old cellar, the ruins of a long-forgotten cabin that had collapsed. The ground itself seemed to swallow the whole structure, leaving behind nothing but shadows and mystery. Old, rusted objects were scattered outside. Iron tools, twisted and unrecognizable, as if abandoned in a hurry. Who left them there? And why was this place left to rot in silence? Imagine being alone, miles away from civilization, and suddenly discovering a crumbling cellar in the middle of the woods. Was it just history? Or is there something more sinister still lurking beneath the earth? From eerie to bone-chilling, this next clip drags us even deeper into fear. This video was uploaded by Rugged Road Explorers on YouTube. He is known for hiking deep into the remote regions of the Rocky Mountains and the vast deserts of the American Southwest. He shared this unsettling journey that caught attention. It started normally. He was making his way along a cliffside in southeast Utah searching for ruins, but then something strange appeared, clear in the dirt, a massive track too large to dismiss. Was it a panther or something far stranger?
The reason I slowed down is because, check it out, right here, I don't know if you can see it, that's a panther track right there. Alright, I like being up top where I've got a lot of clear area to see. This is getting tight in here.
Deep in the ruins, silence fell heavy. The place was too tight, but he kept pushing forward. A dead rat lay in the shadows, a warning of something lurking nearby. Would you keep going after seeing that, or turn back immediately? Then he captured something even creepier. Old handprints covering the walls. Whose hands were those? Ancient dwellers, or something still haunting these cliffs?
Oh, look at the handprints. Hold on, I gotta zoom in for you guys. That's pretty awesome, and they really, really show up. Look at that. All over the wall there. Well, they really took the time to smooth out the inside.
What do you think? Was this simply history preserved, or something alive in the ruins? Some places never stop watching you.
This person was hiking along a dangerous trail in China when disaster almost struck. One wrong step and they nearly slipped off the edge of the cliff. The heart-stopping moment was caught on camera as they struggled to regain balance, clinging to life by just a second. Imagine standing there, the ground crumbling beneath your feet, nothing but a deadly drop below. What would you do? Would you freeze, fight to climb back, or accept the fall? Have you ever been in a moment where your life flashed before your eyes? Sometimes the difference between life and death is just one step. When they were climbing the mountain, they stumbled upon a black, open pit. Curiosity got the better of them. They bound a rope, tested it, and began going down. As the rope was spilling out, they saw something unbelievable.
Dude.
It's pretty spacious in there.
Yeah, it gets huge, and it just drops off straight down 150 feet. Oh. See ya, man. Bye. That is crazy. Oh. Wow. Look at this, guys. Oh, there's a whole stream down there. Oh.
The cave dropped about 1,500 feet directly downwards. But they went on. The air grew colder, the light vanished, until finally they hit firm ground. Much to their surprise, a hidden river flowed deep beneath the mountain, its water glowing faintly in the darkness, as if holding something back. Why would the cave be so deep? What is it down there? Is it just the river or something more mysterious? If you were the person who stood at the edge, would you climb on into the unknown? He was riding deep into the forest, the air quiet, the trees standing over him like unblinking sentinels, and then his tire slid and he crashed violently onto the ground. The quiet was broken by the noise of his crash. But here's what's really scary. Right after he crashed, he could have sworn he heard the sound of footsteps circling through the trees, although he was by himself. The forest grew darker, colder, and all the shadows seemed to stir to life. What did you suspect was lurking inside those woods? Was it just the woods playing tricks on you or something else lurking, waiting to be discovered by him? If you were injured alone in the middle of nowhere, how would you get up knowing that something invisible is likely watching you? High above the ground, with nothing but clouds and thin air beneath, this man stepped onto the infamous Mount Huashan plank walk, often called the world's most dangerous hike. Just imagine it, a few wooden planks bolted to the side of a cliff, swaying slightly, held only by a chain clipped to his harness. One wrong step, one slip of the foot, and it's a 2,000-foot drop into nothingness. His hands trembled as he gripped the rock wall, inching forward, the wind howling in his ears. Every heartbeat felt louder than the echoes of the mountain itself. Would you dare take this walk? Could you trust those old planks with your life? Or would you freeze halfway across knowing there's no turning back? This person was alone in his house when it began. A voice calling his name. He had thought initially it was just in his head until the voice grew louder, clearer, and his own voice echoes him from the second floor of his house, his heart squeezed up tight, terror creeping in with every iteration. He stood there, straining to hear, his heart racing. The voice called out again, precisely like his, but deeper, colder.
I heard someone is calling me, but I'm alone in my home. Like मेरे घर में कोई भी नहीं है अभी. कौन? रोहान तुम हो? क्या हुआ? हाँ? तुम नीचे आओ. तुम नीचे आ जाओ रोहान. नीचे क्यों नहीं आना? क्यों? बकवास बंद करो अपनी. कौन था? बोलो. रूम में है ना कोई? मेरी एक बार अपने जेब में. Okay, bye. I don't know what it is, but okay, bye.
Who do you think was shouting his name in the house? A ghost, a demon, or something worse? What would you do if it were your own voice answering back to you in the shadows? Would you run out of the house, meet it head on, or pray that it stays behind? Because sometimes, the scariest voice you hear is your own. On a snow-covered mountain slope, the camera captures a hair-stopping moment. A man does an unexpected loss of control and goes zip-whizzing down toward a lethal cliff edge. Seconds before impact, a man in a yellow zip jacket appears out of nowhere. He dashes into the scene and tackles the ground, catching hold of the plummeting man's arm and holding tight for all he's worth. The wave sucks them both under, but he won't let go. Before you can say anything, in a split second, other people run there to help and pull the man back from certain doom. What would you do in that moment? Can you keep your grip? Imagine you're sleeping in a campground inside an abandoned building deep in the woods. It's dark, the air is cold, and you step out onto the balcony just to catch a glimpse of fresh air. And then you freeze. Deep in the dark row of trees, two shining eyes are staring at you. They don't blink. They don't change. They just stare.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that in the woods? Hello? Hello?
What would you do at that moment? Are those animal eyes, or something much more alien? Is it a ghost, a spirit, or some kind of unexplainable creature? Would you be strong enough to meet its stare, or run and hide inside? So I ask you, if you were there, alone in that silence, what would your brain let your mind believe those eyes belong to? It was supposed to be a quiet afternoon in the forest, but suddenly his tent shook violently. A bear was right outside, sniffing, pawing, and pressing against the fabric. Alone, trapped inside, his heart pounded louder than the rustling trees. Luckily, the bear wasn't there to hunt. It was just curious, circling, as if greeting him in its own terrifying way. After a few tense minutes, it wandered off, leaving him shaken but alive. But imagine if that bear had truly meant business. What do you think would have happened? Would he have stood a chance to fight back, or would it have been over in seconds? And would you ever risk camping alone after an encounter like this? He walked slowly to the riverbank, the moonlight silvering ripples on the water. But then, something strange arrested his notice. A conclave of tortoises had formed, a faultless one in the shallow part of the river. Inside the ring were 3 small tortoises who remained still, as if under guard or siege. The water about them seemed to ripple in rhythms, as if some hidden ceremony was being carried out. He remained stationary, whether to advance one step more or turn tail. What was he doing here? Were the tortoises protecting the smaller ones, or up to something mysterious? Would you take the risk and step in, or simply wait outside in concealment, if in his place? This was supposed to be a peaceful journey, but it turned into a nightmare. To begin with, in the dead of night, there came a massive branch from a tree falling straight on top of his tent, ripping it wide apart. Heart racing, he got out of there, thankful to be alive. But fate wasn't finished yet. On the trek down from the mountain, he slipped on a rock and heard a sharp crack. He had ripped one of the ligaments in his ankle. Pain ran through his system with every step, and then suddenly the trip was a battle to even escape alive. Has there ever been a trip that went completely wrong for you? Would you have still kept pushing through the pain that he did, or would you have pulled over and waited for help? The shock of his lifetime came the day he chose to hike alone. What was initially an adventure turned into a nightmarish experience. Far in the middle of a snow forest, the silence was creepy. No voices, no tracks, just the sound of his boots crunching into the white ground. Then, in an instant, he was lost. He wandered in a circle for over an hour, looking for a path down, each tree the same, each trail a dead end. The cold nipped at his skin, and terror screamed louder with every second. Would you ever dare to hike by yourself in this kind of weather? If you were stranded like he was, would you keep traveling or stay still and hope to be rescued? It was while on a solo hike in the mountains of Cabo San Lucas that something unusual caught his eye. In the distance, coming outside of the rock, was a giant figure, too large, too fast, and too strange to be human. Its shadow was elongated in the sun, its movements deliberate, almost as if it knew it was being watched. He froze, heart pounding. Could it be? The locals talk about legends in whispers, but there he stood, staring at what looked like the Mexican Sasquatch. Do you think these creatures actually exist, or was it just a trick of the light? If you were in his shoes, would you grab a camera, get a closer look, or run in the other direction? He walked deep into the woods and climbed deep into a tree, hidden in the leaves. Down below, a lone coyote was quiet, watchful, and wandered the clearing. From up high, he whispered, just to play tricks on his mind, to test if the animal would hear him. The yote hesitated, twitching ears, sniffing nose, attempting to find the sound. What do you think the coyote would do if it realized the sound was coming from right above its head? And what if he had hissed from below in the woods? Would the coyote pounce, creep, or simply vanish into the night? It was supposed to be a quiet night of camping, but it was the night of horror in his life. The fire was low, the forest quiet, when abruptly a voice pierced the blackness. The cry rang out through the trees, rasping, ghostly, and not quite human. He remained still where he was, his heart pounding, frozen between fear and morbid fascination. Was it really a person in distress, or something trying to coax him out? The voice kept calling, moving closer and closer, like it could identify his exact location on the ground. What would you do, staying hidden in the tent? This family was out enjoying a peaceful picnic, laughter filling the air, when out of nowhere, a wild bear wandered straight into their campsite. Without hesitation, the bear went straight for the food table, sniffing, pawing, and helping itself like it owned the place. The family froze, hearts pounding, but they reacted perfectly calm, quiet, and slowly backed away to give the animal space. Thankfully, no one was harmed, though the bear clearly had a feast. What do you think was going through their minds at that moment? Fear, shock, or disbelief? If you were there, would you try to scare the bear away, grab the food, or just let it eat and hope it leaves peacefully? What an odd encounter this was. He was deep in the forest, creeping stealthily, when suddenly something shifted. Between the trees, a huge, shadowy form moved steadily, its massive body unfamiliar to him in any way. His own breath was short in his throat. The creature walked deliberately, crushing footsteps through the leaves, but never once looking back in his direction.
What in the world is that thing?
Others say what he saw might have been Bigfoot, while others would call it something else entirely. You were the one who just so happened to be there. Would you find it and go get the truth, or run in the other direction? Do you think creatures like Bigfoot exist? Are they nothing more than myths around campfires? While hiking, this person spotted something that sent chills rushing down their spine. From a distance, high on a remote hilltop, a massive figure appeared, towering over the landscape with impossibly long arms swinging by its sides. At first, it looked almost human, but the way it moved told a very different story. Confident, steady, and almost too calm for something that shouldn't even exist, the creature strode across the ridge like it owned the land. The hiker quickly pulled out their camera, their hands shaking, and managed to capture the unbelievable sight. And this wasn't just some blurry dot in the distance. The figure's sheer size, its heavy stride, and the strange way its limbs swayed looked nothing like a normal person, or even an animal. Many people who've seen this footage swear it could only be Sasquatch, the legendary Bigfoot that hunters, hikers, and explorers have been chasing for decades. Others argue it's just a person in a costume. But here's the thing. Look closely at how tall it is compared to the hilltop trees. Notice the way the arms nearly reach its knees? If it was someone in a suit, how could they possibly pull that off? One thing's for sure, the mystery of Bigfoot just got a whole lot scarier. Kids were playing in the woods while their dad filmed them, when suddenly, a black cryptid appeared. It didn't just walk, it leapt straight into the trees, moving like something out of a nightmare.
Come on, guys.
What's that, Dad?
I don't. Let's go. Let's go back inside. Come on. Come on, guys.
But here's the chilling part. This happened in the Appalachian Mountains. These mountains stretch over 2,000 miles across 13 states, and some forests are so deep they go 100 miles without a single town. Many people have vanished here, never seen again. So the storyteller has to ask, was that creature just passing by? Or is it the reason some people never come back from the Appalachians? On New Year's Eve, 2022, deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a man stepped outside to take out the trash. Strange noises had been drifting in from the woods all night, but curiosity got the better of him. The second he set foot outside, the air was pierced by blood-chilling screams echoing through the trees.
Going here by myself. Weird stuff out here. I've been hearing weird stuff out here, so. Yep. Yep, there it is. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go.
His nervous laugh quickly turned into panic as he blurted out, before rushing back inside. Alone in the depths of the Appalachian Mountains, a man awoke to a feeling he could never forget, like invisible eyes piercing through the darkness. It was 2 a.m. when his gaze slid toward the doorway and froze. There, in the faint glow of the shadows, stood a strange figure, unmoving, staring straight at him. Terror rooted him to the bed, but somehow his trembling hand found his phone, hitting record from where he lay. That's when the night turned truly horrifying. A low demonic whisper crawled through the silence, echoing across the room. So the question is, what exactly was watching him in the dark? This eerie trail cam footage comes straight out of the Appalachian Mountains, and what it captures is bone-chilling. Some believe it shows the rake, others call it a pale crawler, but one thing's certain, this figure doesn't look human. Even more unsettling, right before the clip ends, the creature seems to realize it's being watched, staring directly at the camera. To rule out any trickery, the footage was analyzed with Deepware's AI and CGI detection tools. The results? A clear green report, confirming no signs of deepfakes or digital tampering. What exactly did this camera capture lurking in the Appalachian woods? A lone hiker wanders off the main trail, thinking maybe there's a shortcut or just wanting to explore a bit. But then, something unusual catches their eye. A hole dug straight into the ground. It wasn't just a small dip in the dirt, no, this looked deliberate, like someone had been digging for days. Curious, the hiker decided to step inside. At first, it felt like a harmless adventure, almost like crawling into a secret fort. But the deeper they went, the darker it became. The tunnel stretched on, carved out with unsettling precision, and every step echoed like someone or something had walked there before. And then, at the very end of this long, narrow tunnel, the hiker froze. A cage, just sitting there in the darkness. Rusted bars, heavy chains, and a lock that looked far too strong for something so deep underground. Now here's where the real questions begin. Who dug this? Was it just some prankster? Or maybe someone building a strange underground hideout? But then again, why the cage? A cage doesn't just appear by accident. Was it meant to keep something in, or to keep people out? Think about it. Cages are built for control. If someone went through the trouble of digging this tunnel, dragging down a cage, and locking it in place, then whatever it was meant to hold had to be important, or dangerous. Imagine being alone in a quiet cabin, miles away from anyone else. The night is still, the fire is crackling, and everything feels calm. Until a strange sound breaks the silence. That's exactly what happened to one man during his stay in the woods. At first, he thought it was just an animal moving around, maybe a deer or a raccoon. But curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to step outside and check. The deeper he walked into the forest, the louder the noise became, like wood splitting in half. Then he saw it.
Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw. Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name just is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be a, I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him.
Trees, massive trees, weren't just falling. They were being ripped apart, torn right down the middle, as if something unbelievably strong was smashing through them. Whatever was out there wasn't moving slowly either. It was fast, darting between the shadows, too quick to fully see. He froze, his heart racing, staring into the darkness. The forest that once felt peaceful now felt alive, almost like it was hiding something that didn't want to be found. So, what could it have been? A natural disaster? Some kind of animal no one talks about? Or something much stranger that doesn't want to be discovered? It was just an ordinary afternoon when a man living near a graveyard started recording his surroundings. The sun was out, everything seemed calm, until it happened. Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream echoed from inside the cemetery. It wasn't a laugh, it wasn't an animal. It was something far more chilling. He froze, phone in hand, as the scream rang out again, louder this time, like it was coming from deep within the graves themselves. So here's the question. What do you think he captured? While passing through an old cemetery with her dog, everything seemed calm at first, just the crunch of leaves underfoot and the quiet breeze brushing against the gravestones. But suddenly, the dog froze. Its ears perked up, its body went stiff, and then it started pulling back on the leash like it had seen something terrible. Now, dogs don't act like that for no reason. They're known to sense things people can't, strange sounds, hidden movements, and maybe even things beyond our world. The girl looked around, but the cemetery was empty. Still, her dog wouldn't move forward. Instead, it kept staring at one shadowy corner, eyes wide and fur bristling. The air grew colder. Every step felt heavier, like someone or something was nearby, watching. Was it a restless spirit wandering between the headstones? A shadow figure lurking in the dark? Or maybe something invisible that only her dog could see? One thing's for sure, the cemetery didn't feel so empty anymore. And if animals really do sense what we can't, then maybe the dog wasn't scared for nothing. A farmer in Buenos Aires recently uploaded a chilling video that left viewers stunned. In the clip, a shadowy figure can be seen gliding swiftly across his field, towering at what looks to be nearly 8 feet tall. It moved upright, taking long, deliberate strides through the grass, unlike any animal known in the region. The farmland was eerily empty, making its presence stand out even more. Some online speculate it could be the Yasi, a mysterious forest being whispered about in local folklore. Others say its massive build and strange gait make it resemble Bigfoot. Whatever it was, one thing is certain: the farmer had never seen anything like it before. When a homeowner steps outside for some fresh air, suddenly, frozen in place, just a few yards away, a child is standing there. Not laughing, not playing, not moving, just staring. But here's the unsettling part. This kid is wearing a mask. A blank, expressionless mask. The clothes look odd too, like they were picked out of an old attic or borrowed from another time. Torn shirt and leaves used as pants, the kind of outfit that feels wrong. The homeowner's curiosity takes over, so footsteps move closer. Questions are asked. Where are your parents? Do you live around here? But the kid, silence. No words, no reaction. Just staring. At this point, the mind starts racing. Who could the owner of this child be? Is there even a parent nearby? Or could this be something else entirely? Something not even human, just wearing the shape of a kid to lure people in. It's the kind of moment that makes the hair on the back of the neck stand straight up. Because when someone or something refuses to answer, when it just watches, motionless, it's impossible not to wonder, is this a lost child? Or a warning? So what do you think? Was it really just some neighborhood kid pulling a prank? Or did the homeowner witness something far stranger? Out in the middle of the woods, there stood a strange tree that didn't look like the others. From a distance, it almost seemed like the trunk was covered in long, thick hair, the kind of thing you'd only expect to see in some creepy fairy tale. Naturally, curiosity got the better of this hiker, and footsteps crept closer and closer to the tree. Reaching out, the hiker brushed a hand against what looked like strands of hair, but the moment those fingers touched it, the truth became clear. It wasn't hair at all. It moved. It squirmed. The entire tree trunk was crawling with thousands of tiny spiders, packed so tightly together that they looked like fur from far away. Just imagine standing there, realizing you've been inches away from one of nature's biggest jump scares. What would you have done? Back away slowly, or run for your life? While hiking through the mountains of India, something caught the eyes of many travelers. A trail so terrifying, it almost looked like a dare from nature itself. The path was carved into the steep side of a mountain, with steps so tiny that even the slightest slip could send someone tumbling into the abyss below. Each step felt less like a solid foothold and more like a test of courage. Picture this. The ground beneath the feet was barely wide enough to place a shoe. The wind howled, brushing against shoulders as if it wanted to push someone off balance. Looking down wasn't an option. The sheer drop stretched endlessly, making stomachs twist with fear. One wrong move, and the consequences could be severe. Many hikers say their hearts raced faster with every step, not from the climb, but from the thought of what could happen if they slipped. Some even admitted their knees were shaking so badly that it felt like the mountain itself was laughing at their fear. Others described it as walking on a knife's edge, where bravery and disaster live just inches apart. But here's the strangest part. Even though the trail is insanely dangerous, adventurers still line up to face it. Why? Because reaching the end gives a feeling that's almost magical. A mix of survival, pride, and the thrill of conquering something that looked impossible. A mysterious dark figure was recently spotted on Google Earth, just outside Montrose, Colorado. The coordinates, 38 degrees, 16 minutes, 24 seconds north, 108 degrees, 8 minutes, 32 seconds west, pinpoint the exact location where the shape emerged. And what's strange, the outline looks eerily similar to the classic image of a Sasquatch mid-stride. Even more compelling, the figure only appeared in a single satellite shot from 2019, then vanished in all others. That rules out a tree or rock formation. It was moving, and now things get even wilder. A newly released game cam photo has surfaced, and many are calling it the clearest Bigfoot image ever captured. The figure towers with massive shoulders, thick arms, and a barrel-like chest, features that rarely show up in past blurry sightings. The image is so sharp, it leaves people divided. Skeptics say it's too real, while believers insist it's the proof they've been waiting for. In July 2021, a couple set out on the Lover's Lane Trail in Olympic National Park, tracing the path along the Salt Duck River. The scenery was breathtaking, until something unusual caught their eyes. Far in the distance stood a dark, motionless figure. It didn't shift, didn't sway, didn't move at all. Thinking it was nothing more than a fallen tree, they continued on their way, but not before snapping a quick photo. Later, curiosity got the better of them, and they ran that photo through a Google image search. What does the AI tool suggest? Let's just say it might not have been a simple treetop after all. On July 2nd, 2023, a solo camper from Ireland set up his tent for a peaceful night in the Galtee Mountains. After dinner and sunset, he settled into his tent, ready to sleep. But around 10 p.m., things took a strange turn.
That's it. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. I know I'm not in focus, but I can hear two men talking. I have no idea what they're doing. Do I go out? I have no idea. I don't know if I should go out or not.
Moments later, the voices faded, and an eerie silence fell over the mountain. Then he spotted them. Two men making their way down the slope.
There's two men coming down the mountain. There's no way they haven't seen the tent, because when I was coming down, all the guy lines and everything were just lit up because they're all reflective. So they've definitely seen the tent. And obviously I had my lights on inside here. It was only when I heard them talking that I shut everything off. So hopefully they just carry on and finish their night hike or whatever they're doing.
His tent was impossible to miss. The reflective guy lines and the glow of his lantern made it stand out in the darkness. He quickly killed the lights, hoping they'd just pass by on a late-night hike. Not daring to unzip the tent, he stayed completely still. Eventually, he saw the men again, this time moving along a steep, off-trail ridge in total darkness. He never figured out what they were doing, but the encounter left him uneasy. He made it through the night unharmed, yet one question still lingers. What were those men really doing in the mountains at that hour? September 23, 2020, filmmaker Master Hughes was deep in a remote mountain forest, miles away from civilization. The woods were silent, the trees thick, when he suddenly spotted movement in the distance. A dark figure slipping between the trees.
I've got my little light jacket on, but I'm seeing movement in the woods. I can't tell what it is. It's really big, and it appears to be very dark in color. We're going to try to ease up there to it and see if we can get a picture.
The next day, Hughes returned to the same trail, and what he found was chilling.
And we're up here in the mountains shooting a film. And yesterday we were coming up this trail, and I heard it, and couldn't see anything. But as we crossed over the next hump in this trail, this is what we found.
Pressed into the dirt, just beyond a ridge, was a fresh bear print.
Now, for those of you to know, that is a bear print. And so apparently he was on the trail just above us and we couldn't see him because of the humps in the trail and everything, these breaks. So anyway, that's some of the risk you take when you're out in the middle of nowhere shooting a nature video or some other type of film out in the middle of nowhere. You got to be careful.
It was a sobering reminder of the risk that comes with venturing into the wilderness. Out there, silence can be deceiving, and danger can be only a few steps away without you even realizing it. That bear had been dangerously close the entire time. On July 27, 2025, Adam and Ryan from Paranormal Essex set out to capture daytime footage inside a historic World War I fort in Essex, a place long whispered to be guarded by the restless spirit of a soldier. As Adam ducked behind a wall to prank Ryan, the silence of the tunnels was broken by the crunch of dry leaves under heavy footsteps. Then came another set. The steps stopped directly beside him, but no one was there. Confused, Adam looked up only to spot Ryan far off in the distance, nowhere near the entrance. With leaves carpeting the ground, no one could move without being heard.
Hooray! Where'd he go? What? Ryan? Ryan? Fuck off! No way! Where was you? No fucking way. I'll just come over the hedge of that. Come down, tried to scare ya. Could hear footsteps, bruv, I swear to God, yeah? And I thought it was you walking towards me, yeah? You watching me? Why the fuck am I so zoomed in? Yeah? What? I heard footsteps of you walking towards me. I thought it was you. I jumped out, went, bah! And you weren't there.
The chilling question lingered in their minds. Had they just crossed paths with a soldier who still protects the fort from something darker? On August 5th, 2025, Andrew Clifton was out for a quiet walk with his dog in Malvern Hills, Western England, casually filming in slow motion on his phone. "Freddie, steady," he muttered as his pup trotted along. But later, as he replayed the footage, something strange caught his eye. A mysterious object streaking across the frame. It moved far too fast to be pinned down, and its unusual height and flight path ruled out simple explanations like an arrow. To this day, its origin remains a mystery. No one can explain what Andrew captured. While hiking deep into the woods, something strange appeared nailed to a tree, and it instantly gave chills. It wasn't a warning sign, or a map, or even some random carving. Instead, it was a piece of cardboard, written in thick black marker, with a message that felt more like a desperate cry for help. It read, "Why did you steal my shoes? Now I have no shoes, and now my feet hurt and bleed. I am poor. Leave money. I watches you." At first, it almost sounded like a joke, but the more the word sank in, the scarier it became. Imagine being miles into the forest, surrounded by silence, and stumbling across a note like this. Someone out there claimed their shoes were stolen, their feet were bleeding, and, most chilling of all, they were watching. The handwriting was uneven, almost frantic, as if the writer was angry, scared, or maybe both. Some hikers would probably laugh it off and keep moving, but others might feel that icy thought creep in. What if the person really is hiding out here, waiting for someone to pass by? So now the real question is, if you were hiking and found a sign like this, would you keep going deeper into the trail, or would you turn back before whoever wrote it showed up? A Reddit user shared a chilling encounter after wandering down a secluded trail. At first glance, he froze. On the ground ahead was a shape that looked disturbingly like a body. There was no odor, but the outline was so human, it sent a rush of dread through him. Summoning the courage to get closer, he discovered it wasn't a corpse at all, but an abandoned camp. The strange part? It wasn't the usual clutter of tarps and clothing, only children's blankets and stuffed animals scattered around. One blanket was even tightly wrapped around several toys, almost as if someone had tucked them in. That's when he noticed a truck parked nearby, and suddenly the whole setup felt too intentional to dismiss. Even knowing it wasn't a body, the eerie scene stuck with him long after. Alone in the depths of a remote forest, a camper was jolted awake in the dead of night by unsettling noises cutting through the silence. At first, he brushed it off as some wild animal passing nearby, but the sounds didn't fade. They grew louder, closer, and seemed to echo from every direction. With the forest swallowed in pitch-black darkness and no soul for miles, an unnerving truth settled in. He was utterly alone. He stayed inside his tent until sunrise, restless and wide awake. To this day, whatever stalked the forest that night remains a chilling mystery. While hiking deep in the woods, one Reddit user stumbled across something chilling on the side of a tree. At first glance, it looked like the aftermath of a giant predator's attack, and the sight alone was enough to send shivers down his spine. But when he shared the discovery online, the explanation turned out to be far less monstrous, yet still undeniably eerie. According to experts, raptors can sometimes die suddenly, their powerful tendons locking their claws in place as if frozen in time. In this case, the rest of the bird had already been scavenged, leaving only its legs clinging tightly to the trunk. The result? A haunting reminder of nature's brutal reality. A Reddit user was out for a casual walk with their partner when they snapped a quick picture to show just how far behind they were. At first glance, nothing seemed strange, just an ordinary shot. But when they looked closer later, something chilling stood out. In the photo, a figure appears ahead of them on the path. The odd part? The partner swears no one was there, and the user doesn't remember seeing a soul either. The way the light reflects off its hair and arm makes it look completely solid, undeniably real. Yet at the time, the path was empty. To this day, they have no explanation for who or what was captured in that frame. A hiker strolling down a quiet trail thought he'd struck gold. A rare shot of a fox and a deer sharing the same frame. But when he looked closer, he realized something far stranger had slipped into the background. Faint and distant, a tall, hairy figure stood among the trees. It didn't look quite human. Yet it wasn't clearly anything else either. Too far away to confirm, the eerie sight left the photo shrouded in mystery. While hiking through a rocky trail with another person's son, something unexpected appeared wedged between the stones, and it stopped everyone cold. At first, it just looked like a pale, round rock. But as another person's son leaned closer, the truth revealed itself. It wasn't a rock at all. It was a skull. The way it sat between the boulders made it feel even creepier, like it had been deliberately placed there, hidden away where only the brave, or the unlucky, might find it. The hollow eye sockets stared back, and the cracks across the bone almost looked like they were whispering a story that had been long forgotten. Imagine being out in the open air, enjoying a normal day on the trail, only to stumble across something like this. One moment, it's just hiking and laughter, and the next, you're staring into the remains of what once was a living person. For a 9-year-old, it must have been both fascinating and terrifying all at once. A man was on his way to a quiet village for the night when he noticed a figure standing by the roadside. At first glance, it looked like an ordinary local, but the closer he drove, the stranger it felt. A chill ran down his spine, and instinct screamed at him to leave. Slamming his foot on the gas, he tore down the road, heart hammering, desperate to put as much distance between himself and that figure as possible. 4 friends huddled together for a quick selfie, laughing as the camera clicked. But later, when they scrolled back through the photos, their smiles quickly faded. Behind them stood a woman in a frilly dress, her long black hair cascading over her shoulders. Her face, however, was nothing but a strange blur, impossible to recognize. None of them remembered seeing her that night, and when they asked around, not a single guest admitted to knowing who she was. While fly fishing near an old cemetery in England, a man noticed something odd drifting in the river. A small, weathered doll. Curious, he reached out and pulled it from the water, snapping a few photos for a closer look. The moment he held it, an uneasy feeling crept over him. Finding a doll this close to a graveyard felt wrong, almost sinister. His mind immediately spiraled to curses, dark rituals, and black magic. One thing was certain, taking it home wasn't an option. In fact, even touching it might have been a mistake. What began as a peaceful afternoon under the beauty of a Utah waterfall nearly turned into tragedy. Without warning, large boulders sheared off and fell into the pool, narrowly missing 2 children by a matter of inches. Only seconds before, they were laughing and playing, unaware of the danger looming above them. The impact sent waves and chaos through everyone who was nearby, changing peacefulness to panic in a matter of seconds. Isn't it frightening how quickly the serenity of nature can turn into a disaster? And what would you do if you saw disaster land exactly where you were standing? Sometimes survival is measured in inches. The mountains can be tranquil, but they can also roar without notice. What was meant to be a dreamy honeymoon adventure quickly turned into chaos. 2 trekkers on Mount Etna found themselves caught in an eruption. The ground trembled without notice, and the volcano burst with massive clouds of ash and scorching pyroclastic flow down the mountain's side. There were also panicked hikers fleeing for their lives, the lovely trail now an infernal path of retreat.
Kanona. Wow, dit is wel heel heftig. Man, dit is niet normaal.
No one was hurt, thankfully, but the terror in their faces spoke volumes. Can you imagine being trapped on that mountain with fire chasing you? Would you freeze in shock or run until your legs couldn't move you anymore? Nature's beauty can turn to terror in the blink of an eye. What was to be a fun trek quickly turned into a mud-covered disaster. These 2 ladies set out on a dangerous expedition on a rainy day without knowing what they were in for. The path instantly turned into nothing but gooey, slippery mud. One got stuck, hysterically laughing as she tried to free herself. Her friend reached out to help, but instead fell and slid straight down the muddy hill. What was supposed to be a peaceful walk became a silly, dirty struggle they'll never forget. Have you ever had a trip go awry in such a quirky way? Would you laugh it off and continue or quit right there in the mud? It began as an innocent family stroll that turned into an icy memory they'll never forget. The woods were still, the trees motionless, until one of the kids froze, pointing at the trees. Something was staring back at them. Its shape was hard to make out, but its existence was certain. Trembling hands grabbed their camera and pressed record. What they captured continues to leave things to this day. Was it a beast, an ill shadow, a vision, or something worse? If you were present, would you go in and attempt to discover the answer? Or would you leave immediately? And what do you think was standing by watching them that day? The most frightening things are the things that won't turn away. He entered the haunted house with nothing but his hunting gear, thinking it was another adventure. But then things changed. Strange sounds resonated from everywhere, doors slammed shut on their own, and shadows dispersed on the walls. His heart pounding, fear gripping him tighter with every step.
يا جماعة ما تلاحظون ان هذه كلها تتحرك كل هذه كلها بسم الله لا اله الا الله اعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا 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 لا, لا يا جماعة لا 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 لا, لا. يا جماعة أنا ماني قادر من ريحة الكلب والله العظيم أنتم عجزكم الله خلاص لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق لا 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 والله العظيم ماني قادر من الريحة يا جماعة استغفر الله ربي وأتوب لا إله إلا الله.
Was he alone? Or was someone waiting for him in the shadows? What do you do if you find yourself trapped in such a situation? Do you hide, flee, or confront the unknown? In haunted places, it's not the silence you fear, it's what breaks it. His head twitched, trying to track the whispers that traveled the air in the haunted house. Every corner pulsed, every shadow lived. And then, he froze. The door creaked open, and there was two glowing, unnatural eyes trained straight on him. His chest tightened. Trick of the mind or something far more sinister? Demon pants, staring unblinking, as if waiting for him to make the first move. What would you do if you were directly in front of something non-human? Would you scream, run away, or attempt to fight it? This family was walking along the forest trail, kids laughing, parents inhaling the crisp, pea air, when suddenly, all movement stopped. One of the children was motionless, pointing down the path. Out of the bushes, a leopard came onto the trail. Still, muscles tense, looking at them. The forest that had felt so secure just minutes earlier now felt like a trap, each passing second feeling like an eternity. The family held its breath, hearts pounding, unsure whether to move forward or remain frozen under its piercing gaze. What would you do if a predator blocked your path, stood your ground, or risked running? Do you think the leopard was hungry, curious, or protecting its territory? Sometimes the wild reminds us we are not the top of the food chain. The mountains are beautiful, but beauty is a deceitful thing. What started as a tranquil glacier trek had turned into a nightmare within the blink of an eye. This mountaineer, trekking through the snowy hill, lost his balance quite suddenly. Within a split second, he was sliding down the icy slope with no control over his move, his life flashing before his eyes. Just when hope was going to be doused, he was yanked to a stop by a sharp rock.
Whoa!
His heart was racing as the quietness of the snowy landscape enveloped him. Suppose the boulder had not been there. Might he have survived the deadly drop underground? Would you ever risk going out alone into such savage country? Nature doesn't forgive mistakes. It simply reminds us who's in control. The woods are never silent. Sometimes they watch. This guy was enjoying a quiet night hike when suddenly an arrow struck the tree right beside him. With his heart pounding, he took off, only to hear another whistle through the darkness, landing dangerously close. The quiet night had turned into something awful. Someone or something was hunting him. Who is hiding in the darkness shooting those arrows? Is it a man or something far more sinister guarding the woods? Would you run further into the forest or stand your ground if it were you? And most of all, why is he being stalked to begin with? Sometimes in the dark woods, predators don't always have claws. Sometimes they aim. It was a usual quiet afternoon when this girl decided to go for a walk in her mom's backyard. Suddenly, she noticed something unusual, a tiny hole in the ground. Out of curiosity, she stuck her phone in it with the flashlight on, and what she discovered was stunning. An underground cave room-sized, 4 corners and walls that appeared to be carved as done intentionally. But here's the question: who did it? And why would anyone create a hidden room beneath a backyard? Was it a secret hideout at one time? A bunker no one recalled? Or something sinister that history tried to cover up? If you found something like that, would you go in or seal it forever again? It was supposed to be a normal forest drive, but for this biker, it might have been his last. Deep in the forest, he heard a cave with strange sounds coming from within. Curiosity pulled him closer, but fear stopped him from going in. He turned back and tossed something into the darkness, only to have it tossed back towards him. That's when fear got the better of him.
Bro, is that my fork? What? Hello? No. It's like a trail just leading me. That was a bone I just broke. Why is that?
Help.
Hello? What the hell? Bro, I don't care about my bike. Hello? Is anybody there? I don't know, dude. Am I just hearing things? Hello? What the Yep, nope, I'm good. Not the way I wanted to go. Oh, I gotta get back to my bike. Crap.
And he ran as fast as his legs could carry him, running for his life. But what was in the cave, you ask? A skinwalker, maybe? Something otherworldly? Or the woods having a joke played on no man can ever decipher? Would you go in if you were me, or walk away for good? Not every cave contains shad. Some contain secrets it's best to leave unsaid. Driving alone in the woods at night is creepy enough. But imagine this. Headlights on the trees, and suddenly something appears on the road. It resembles a butt with a pig's snout. Not quite human, not quite beast. The man in the driver's seat bristled, gripping the steering wheel tighter. His racing heart didn't dare to go to make a move. just fixated as this strange creature stood between him and the darkness, staring right back at him. But what did he actually see? Was it a new creature, a shifter, or something worse? If you were him, alone, in the dark of night, would you stay in the car, drive on through, or risk getting out? Not all monsters are mythical. Some sneak up behind us when we least expect them. Brian, a seasoned paranormal explorer, decided to spend the night near an abandoned cemetery on the outskirts of Amsterdam, an eerie place locals whispered about, known only as the House of Question. As he wandered between the tangled weeds and forgotten headstones, his EMF reader began spiking wildly.
I got really strong hits. I got a word. It said deem. I'm not sure what it means by deem. But I had a couple strong hits on the EMF reader right there for a moment. I'm going to step in here. Not at the tombstone though. But I do get the sense, I don't know how to describe it. It's not necessarily a foreboding, but like of loss and regret.
Beyond that stretch of the cemetery was heavy construction and unsettling silence. But the urge to press forward grew stronger. The deeper he went, the air seemed to shift. He stopped at a weathered grave.
Yes, definitely here in this path.
You're
and
being followed.
I'm being followed. That's what I just got on the Spirit app. And you know, I was thinking to myself as I was walking through here, I had the feeling of a cold spot. Well, this one's 1952. So that's not that old if you ask me as far as... So I'm going to try and find out when this cemetery was finally abandoned.
Chills ran through him. Legends claimed the cries of children echoed here, and suddenly it felt far too real. Then came the presence, a strange heaviness at his back. Brian turned, and there he was, an old man, pale and silent, lingering just out of reach.
Really incredible trees, and they've made such a beautiful park here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I just got crazy chills. Crazy chills. Crazy chills. What did you just do? Did you touch me? Nothing. You just touched me? Was that you? Please don't do that again. That was not pleasant. I got a burning on the back of my neck right now. Okay, if that was you, please do not touch me again in that way. Oh man, I have to check when I get home. Man, this is crazy.
Every time Brian shifted his path, the man appeared again, watching him. No words, no movement, just that relentless, unsettling stare. He finally left the cemetery, but the feeling never lifted. That silent figure. It wasn't just in the cemetery anymore. This person was out in the South African bush, celebrating a birthday dinner on October 2nd. Picture this, a magical outdoor setup, just trees, lantern light, and the sound of nature. Everything felt peaceful. Until this person looked back at a photo from that night. At first glance, it seemed like a normal shot of friends around the dinner table, but then they spotted something. At the far end of the table stood a translucent figure, glowing, see-through. And the weirdest part? No one remembers anyone standing there when the picture was taken. No filters, no editing, straight from the phone, with only a few emojis covering faces for privacy. So now the question is, who or what was captured that night? Was it a ghost, or is there a logical explanation hiding in plain sight? A peaceful walk turned into a nightmare when a woman walker plunged off the trail, clung to the edge ging for her life to the edge.
I'm sorry. I got her by the foot. Oh, thank you so much. I can't pull up. No, Mom, it's gonna be okay. Thank you.
No, use your feet. Get back up here. You got this.
Okay, let me.
No, I'm not letting you go.
No, I got your other hand. Can you push your feet up? That's what I'm trying.
I'm gonna try to get under your armpit here. Ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a big hoist here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. Okay.
You all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Her only lifeline, her one-armed daughter, gritting her teeth to hold her on. The fear in both their faces was icy seconds from disaster. And then, out of nowhere, a man running the same course appeared and yanked her back onto the trail, converting catastrophic failure into a miracle. What would you have done then? Could you have waited, or would you panic? Was it fate that the man arrived at the correct time?